Pierrette is with us from Kid Companions. All this month, we're featuring organizations that, businesses that have products that would be of interest to those of us who have individuals on the spectrum in our lives. And you were one of the first businesses that I thought of because we bought a necklace from you guys a couple of years ago when we were cycling through a period of time in which my son was going through a bitey phase. And so we want to talk about the necklaces, but I first want to know, Kid Companions, how did Kid Companions come about?
Kid Companions came about because of I'm a jeweler by trade, but also I took kinesiology in university, so I was working with like human development and stuff like that in a clinic, and I was breastfeeding my daughter, and my other daughter was just constantly wanting this little polymer pendant that I had made for the other one as a nursing necklace.
Oh.
That I just made myself. And she just kept on taking it and wanting to chew on it. And I thought, wow, if she's doing this, and we know her, I mean, we knew she had issues and sensory issues and stuff, there's got to be others too.
Yeah.
So that is how it became, and she had it all the time. We've got pictures of her with it, so it was her companion, and that's how the word came up.
Well, and what I love is these are just so well thought out. Take us through, and I know you got a necklace there to show us. Take us through the different aspects, because you know what, I can tell that it's been designed by a mom because it just makes such amazing sense. But tell our viewers at home some of the different things that you put into this necklace so that it would make sense.
What we did at first is we knew that because it was going to be for children that we would have to follow a lot of rules. Mm-hmm. So the first thing that we did, this is one that's clear. I don't know if you can see it in there, but the inside is hard, and it's larger than choking hazard.
Okay.
So we wanted something that even if the child would bite, because it's almost impossible unless it's stone to make something that eventually will not wear and tear and have parts break off. But at least, you can't break off a part that's going to be very, very big. You can kind of chew on the sides and then tear at it, but the inside is hard and it's bigger than choking hazard.
Okay.
Obviously, we tested for materials to make sure that there was no phthalates or lead, all those things.
Right. It's totally non-toxic. That was one of the first things that when I was shopping around because there are different fidget things that kids can chew on, but I wanted something really, really functional. But one of the first things I was looking for was to make sure that it was completely non-toxic. And so yours is totally non-toxic, but you've got some other fun things on it too.
Mm-hmm. There's that because we wanted to have that part not look silly, we made a kind of a dot on it, which is a texture dot, and it's got our little logo heart on it. So if your child is fidgety, this little dot here tends to act as a fidget as well. They'll take it and just kind of play with it.
Yeah.
So there's a spot for your thumb too that's kind of exactly the right size for a thumb. Obviously, we didn't want the necklace. I have Tourette syndrome. That was a tick. So
well. You know, and we have all kinds of things here. So thank you for sharing that with us, and you know, thrilled to know that. But that's totally fine. So you also took into consideration the necklace as well, because I know I was concerned about if he's going to be wearing a necklace, what's the necklace going to be made out of? What if it goes in his mouth? And what if somebody on the playground pulls on the necklace? What's going to happen? But you have brilliant solutions to all of that.
We did. It took a little bit, but partly because I'm a jeweler and I know all the different kinds of leather and nylon and all kinds of things that you can put around your neck. I knew none of them would work. There's dye, there's black dye on the nylons you just can't put in your mouth, or shouldn't at least. Yeah. So first of all, we needed to find something that was cotton. I'm kind of an eco type person. These are recyclable as well. But
that's great.
The lanyard that we use is 100% organic, and we've sourced that in the U.S. So we buy that and make it here. we designed this little clasp, which is made out of also FDA-approved material like this, so they match. But this is called a breakaway. And if the child does get caught on something, it'll...
Love it.
It pops right off. And even though it sometimes feels a little light, as in you don't need to pull very hard, there is a law that says you can't have it. You can't have it less than 5 pounds, or sorry, more than 5 pounds. So when we tested it under 4 pounds.
Okay.
And that's how we designed it, just in case.
Okay. And I have to say, that was when I was completely sold and I ordered a necklace for my son. And you have them in different colors. And in different shapes. I mean, for the girls, they're those beautiful hearts. They really are a lovely piece of jewelry that anybody could wear. And they come in different colors. You can see them. But look at the ones that Emily's showing you on the end that are the sort of black and white ones with the other dots. So my son, I ordered the black one with the white dot. Yeah. And it kind of looked sort of a yin and yang kind of thing. And it was when he was in 3rd grade, so that was last year, he went off to school with that and everybody wanted one. Everybody was like, what is that fabulous necklace? I want one too. And these were all he's in a completely neurotypical school. They thought it was super duper cool. And the teacher loved it because we had started the methyl B12 shots and he was chewing on his hands and she was worried about that. He was chewing on his shirt. He was chewing on his pencil and they were concerned about that. He'd chew on his paper and she was concerned that he was going to bite one of the other children. We hadn't seen that behavior in him, but he had a need to chew. And on a certain level, we wanted him to be strengthening those muscles, right? So he was very happy. And what we did was he had the necklace and he could chew whenever. And then we gave him time periods in which he could chew. I would say that he only wore it for less than 6 months and it was phased out and we didn't have a problem anymore. But it got us through that very socially acceptably. Is that a word? But I imagine that there's lots of other different circumstances in which people want to use these necklaces. What are some of the things that your clients tell you why they want the necklace?
That has been somewhat of an interesting topic with us because we do get emails from people, often parents, explaining what they do with them. One person was wearing them and was using it as a fidget attached to their belt, and she found out that you could erase with them.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yes, so this girl would go to school and she had the coolest eraser in the world. Her mom had to wash it every day. And it would get worn, but anyway, she did that. The children that bite their fingernails excessively, that we've seen very often. Sometimes adults that go to university and they just fidget a lot, have ADHD or are on the spectrum, they wear it. Often we see the black one being chosen in that case. Yeah, because I can imagine an adult male could wear that black one and just be cool. Yeah, I've made my husband wear it out. Just to see if anyone would notice. They don't seem to notice, if at all. If they notice, they don't say anything. So it's gonna be okay. Yeah. And is there an age range for the necklaces that's appropriate? Are they only for the kids that are older, or could you also use this as a teething ring? We recommend that it is for ages 3 and up. Okay. We've had it tested for the small parts, the choking hazard, and the lanyard is long enough for infants 0 to 18 months. Just to be safe, if it's to be used as a teether, we would say that an adult should be supervising the child. I love that. But I kind of love that it's for older kids because, and they're kind of designed that way because a lot of times our kids combat, well, I don't want to do that because it's baby. And as I looked at some other kinds of things that my son could chew on, that's how they struck me. They struck me as
baby. And your necklace struck me as being closer to teen or young adult. It was the cool factor.
Yeah.
I just love them. Look at how she's showing them again. They're just absolutely fabulous. And I love the hearts, that the hearts have the thumb on them. But am I correct in that there are dots on the back of the round ones?
Yeah, there's dots on them all.
Okay.
It's part of the pendant in the back, and we just say that it's really there to anchor the two parts together. They're fused together. But people just end up staring at them and making little faces, or making all kinds of things. But
Jem loved that part. He loved rubbing his thumb across those. He just thought that was fun.
And one thing we noticed. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
We have a clip version. I don't have one here, but we have a clip version, and we've noticed often that the teachers will say they're using the clip version and they're using the clip part as the fidget. It can make a little bit of a noise.
Okay.
Not a lot, just pick. But
right.
That we've noticed they're using it as a part of a fidget as well. Well,
I'm sitting here with a pen that I've clicked like 3 times since we started. I mean, there are some fidgets that we all have to be allowed. I think, and I've seen many top executives that sit there when they're thinking and they're going to town on the pen.
Yeah.
So the thing that I was remembering was that when they did the STAR testing for my son, that he sat there and while he was doing the test, he was thumbing the dots on the back of the necklace, and it helped him to focus. It gave him a way to be able to sit there for long periods of time, do the test, and keep himself quiet from other things, and it was absolutely silent. I just think what you're doing is great.
Thank you. We're working on another one.
Are you? What's the new one going to be?
We just have different shapes, and it's a one piece. Ooh. But I just saw this on the side because this is actually my test version. It's
very
just
cool.
Mangled. And my tester is my husband. That's who's testing it. So these are all kinds of different materials, still the same, but it's the same with this one. It just took a long time to test and make sure that it was working.
Well, it's truly fabulous. You've got the puppy there. It's a theme here. I was saying that on Friday we had the editor of Autism Oz magazine from Australia, and he had his puppy in his shop too. We need to have puppies and kittens always. But so if people are watching and they want to know how to get these, how do they get one of these fabulous pieces of art that their child can use as a bite and as a fidget toy?
We have a website that is www.kidcompanions.com.
And Emily's got that on the screen for them as well so that they can see it as well. So wonderful. And phone call.
Sorry.
That's all right.
So
that's okay. It's real life. We're live, and that's how it goes. And I'm going to let you go here in a second, but I want to encourage people to check out your website and to check out these lovely necklaces. Whenever somebody talks to me about having biting issues, I recommend that, of course, they find out what the function of the behavior is. But once they know what the function of the behavior is, these can often be just hugely useful, socially appropriate, giving a child something appropriate to be able to bite on as opposed to the other alternatives. So I really thank you so much. It helped us through a really difficult period with my son very successfully and very social, with all of it being very socially appropriate. So thank you so much.
Thank you.